morning, VC. Yeah, back again. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Devon. Hope it's like this in the rest of the country or wherever you happen to be. Woke up early today, so I thought I'd head down to my local car boot sale in Marsh Barton. Went down last week and it was a blowout. It was deader than a doornail. Hardly anybody there. Load of rubbish. But so I went today with, I was up early, so I thought do it anyway. Wasn't expecting anything. But boy, was I wrong. Cheers. It was superb. So I came back. I spent a grand total of 18 quid on this lot, which I'm going to show now. Now, warning, this could be a long video because there is a shed load of vinyl. I may have got this wrong, but I think I got 16 albums and 10-12 inches, I think. But I may be wrong. And there's some really good stuff. And a couple of things that I've been looking for a while. Not grails, but kind of wants and stuff. So, right, so I'm going to pull these out. Ugh. A lot of it was 80s. There was a seller there. So there we go. There it is. So there was a seller there who obviously was clearing out. I don't know whether it was their son or his daughter or whoever, but they're selling a whole load of late 80s, early 90s stuff. So a lot of Kylie 12 inches, which were probably worth loads. I haven't looked on Discogs or anything. And if they are, then so be it. But I pulled out some really good stuff. And another guy was selling off a load of records. I think he seems to be a dealer of some kind. He seemed to be a dealer of some kind. And these were his offcuts. Everything was a quid. So did I say how much I paid for these? 18 quid? Anyway, I don't know. Right, let's get going. So lots of 80s vinyl. Right, so first off, it's a bit dirty on the cover, but I've got a copy of Hunting High and Low at last. Cover's a bit, can you see that? No. But the vinyl looks really good. I mean, I always check all vinyl, whether it's a 50p or 10 quid. Always check. And I must admit, I've been after this one for a good copy of this one for a while. Now I can look out for a rough copy with a decent cover and do a Frankenstein on it. But of course, people know this. It's got Take On Me on it. It's got Sun Always Shines on TV. Now, this lot were put as a boy band in the 80s. And to be honest, I reckon that's a misnomer because they were far more than that. Far more. In fact, a lot of the band, I think Duran were far more than just a boy band as well. But it's got my favourite song, which is by them, which is the title track, Hunting High and Low. I absolutely love that song. But that was a quid. Right. Okay. So we're into that was just a one-off, and then we're into the stuff that I picked up for 50p each. Right. So we've got a copy of King's debut album. I've got their second one, Bittersweet, but I'm really chuffed I got this. I've got Love and Pride on the 7-inch, and I've got Won't You Hold My Hand now on a 12-inch. But now I've got the album, and it's in bad condition. I mean, it's not split or anything. Bit beat up. 50p. Hey, I haven't played any of these yet. I've literally just got back. Some of them do need cleaning, but I looked at them and I thought, there's a good shot. They didn't look scratched. They just looked dirty. Some of them look really dirty. Really happy I picked this one up. It's a 12-inch of Perfect Way by Scritti Politti. I think James Vinyl Processor might be a bit jealous of that. Bit of a dirty cover, but I reckon that might clean up as well. 50p. I remember this lot being around and a lot of noise being made about them at the time, but they didn't sell anything or they got to the top 50. So this is brilliant. And Kiss the Lips of Life. This was a band put together. Now it's June Montana is the vocals, but Youth from Killing Joke and various Orb projects, and Jimmy Corti from the Orb put this band together, in about 86, so pre-all, but absolutely brilliant. I'm so glad I picked this up for 50p. They did a cover of It's a Man's World. Is that too many men? I don't know. By James Brown. Released a couple of other singles, but just sort of scraped top 50 in the UK. And I'm just looking at who did the backing vocals. I mean, you got Princess, wasn't she? She had hits, didn't she? Pepsi from Pepsi and Shirley, I guess. D. Lewis, was that DC Lewis? I don't know. No, it's DC Lee, isn't it? I don't know. But 50p, I've got to have that. Right, what's next? Oh yeah, 12-inch of Suicide Blonde by INXS. This is the Milk mix. And then it's got the Devastation mix on the B-side with Everybody Wants You Tonight. I'm not sure if I know that one, but that's smashing. Another album. Now this one I have been looking for a decent copy, and the vinyl looks really good. Is Deep Sea Skiving by Bananarama. This is one of the records that my sister had that I was jealous of. I absolutely loved Bananarama when they still had Siobhan, before she left to do Shakespeare's Sister. They released some other stuff after, some decent stuff, but it was PWL, so it was a bit generic, let's say. But before that, absolutely loved them. And this is their, pretty sure this is the debut album. So it's got Really Saying Something on it, Shy Boy. They've cut their version of Young at Heart, which I think Siobhan co-wrote with the chap out of the Bluebells, I think. And then Nana, Hey Hey, Kissing Goodbye's on here. So yeah, love it. Love 80s vinyl. I think this is actually 90s. 91. 12-inch copy of Get Off by Prince. Got the Urge mix and the Thrust mix, which are probably like about 10 minutes long each. His remixes tended to be quite long. Best one to get though is Mountains off of Parade. That is just phenomenal 10-minute mix of Mountains. If you see a 12-inch of Mountains, get it, because that is amazing. Alright, what we got next? Oh yeah. This is... Now I love a bit of acid house. And I don't know if I remember this. I'm not sure, but I thought, wow, it's a lovely swirly cover. Acid house. True Acid anthem. It's Children of the Night. And It's a Trip, Tune In, Turn On, Drop Out. I just bought this because I like the cover, 50p. There we go. One of my favourite singers from around, well, one of my favourite albums from 1990 is Neneh Cherry's, and I've forgotten the name of the album. Is it on here? Please be on here. But anyway, this is 12-inch of Man-Child. It's not any sick numbers on it. I've completely forgotten the name of the album. Buffalo Stance is on it. Oh, I don't know. Is it on there? So it's Man-Child, the old school mix. It doesn't say the name of the album on there. Then you've got Man-Child, the original mix. And then you've got a remix of Buffalo Stance. So There's Nothing Wrong mix, summer mix. Hang on. What does that say? So it looks like it's members of Massive Attack have remixed Buffalo Stance. Anyway, so that's a sorry about that. So that's cool. Now I know this is PWL. I know it, but I had to get this basically because well, it's Stock Aitken and Waterman, but they did do a couple of good things, and this is one of them. I like this. This is Respectable by Mel and Kim. I like this because it was sampled by the Poppies on their debut album, Box Frenzy, and I just love the chorus of this. So I've picked that up, 50p. This one I'm well chuffed about, and it's in pretty good nick. One of the great acid house singles was Beatmasters with Burn It Up, and I've got the 7-inch, and now I've got the 12-inch as well. So we've got the Orange Sunshine mix on one side, and the Yellow Sunset mix on the other. This had PP Arnold. Got that right? Yeah, I think so. I'm sure somebody will put me right for PP Arnold, isn't it? Yeah, as doing vocals, and it is a superb dance track, absolutely brilliant. So I'm well chuffed I got that one. Limited remix. Another Neneh Cherry album, bit of a rip on the cover, 12-inch rather. This is from Red Hot and Blue, which I think a mate of mine had at uni. But this is her version of Got You Under My Skin, which I really liked at the time. It was one of the highlights of the album for me. And I do love the song. But I know people think, oh, Frank Sinatra did it better, but personally, I'm not into Frank Sinatra, but Neneh Cherry, oh yes I am. Right, and then I got another INXS 12-inch. This one is Mystify, but I just got this because it's the global tour pack, and I haven't got this out yet. It's the first time I've got this out. Oh, it's big, isn't it? But it's a tour, typical 80s graphics. There we go. World Tour poster. I thought, oh, why not have that? So it's got, so on the 12-inch, it's got Mystify, of course, Biting Bullets, Mystify, of course, is off Kick, Fighting Bullets, and a couple of live tracks as well. So I'm very happy that I am doing well, I'm not happy I'm doing that, having a complete fail putting the record back in. There we go. But very happy I picked that up for 50p. Another Prince 12-inch I picked up, Wish You Heaven. So there we go. That was another 50p job. I think this one's pretty dirty. So this is, hopefully that'll come up. Doesn't look scratched, just dirty. And you can hear the grit in the sleeve, which is a bit of a shame. Right. Okay. Do these two next. Just as I was leaving, I just went and looked at, there was one more box of records from a guy, so I looked through it, picked up a couple of decent albums. The covers look a bit battered, but the records themselves look really good nick. So I got Principle of Moments by Robert Plant. This one had probably his biggest solo hit, I think, Big Log. I think that was his biggest hit, solo hit anyway. So that I'm well chuffed at picking up. And I've been after this for a little while. I mean, the cover's not in fantastic shape, but the album looks like it's good. And I know there are really poor quality records inside good sleeves for this one. So, introducing the hardline according to Terence Trent D'Arby. He was ubiquitous in 1980, was it 87, 88? Somewhere around there. Like with hits like If You Let Me Stay in Wishing Well. And he was supposed to be the next Marvin Gaye. And then he went all weird on us. And he released an absolutely magnificent single called That Side of Love, which I just think is one of the great 80s singles. But this is far more normal, sane stuff. He seemed to lose it a bit, I don't know. Anyway, but picked that up as well. And then there was this chap, lovely chap. I had a little bit of a chat to him about what he was doing. It's the record dealer guy, and his boxes of offcuts. Just talking about vinyl and like when we stopped buying vinyl, and he stopped when punk started. So I guess he's like quite a classic rock sort of prog guy, probably. I mean, if he stopped Punk's died, and he hasn't been buying a lot for ages. But I think he was telling me about how he had a load of Britpop vinyl one time, and he was just selling them off for 10 quid, like, you know, different class for 10 quid on vinyl. And this I don't know, shop owner just came along and said, right, I'll have the lot. Anyway, he also showed me a really nice copy of Cry of Love that he picked up from somebody at the boot sale for £10. Oh, I would have had that. Right, but these, he was just churning out for £1, and I'm really happy. They look really good, as far as I could tell. I didn't have my glasses, which is always a bad sign, but covers are slightly knackered, but the records I went through, I mean, I've pulled out about 30 records, but I put about 20 back because quality wasn't there. But this one looks alright. Days of Future Past, The Moody Blues. Looking good, Nick. Really looking forward to hearing this. I've never heard this. So yeah, the cover's not brilliant, which is probably why he chucked it in the quid bin, but record looks good. One of my missing Quo records. I'm so happy I picked this. Got a copy of Hello at last. Roll Over, Lay Down on here, and their biggest single, Caroline. Well, not their biggest single, because Down Down got to #1, but their most famous single, Caroline. So there's very few Quo albums from about 1970 to, I mean, look, the record itself looks absolutely gorgeous. And it's as far as I know, it's an original pressing. It's got the original label on it, but that looks gorgeous. A few surface marks, but that should play really well. So I think there's maybe one or two. I've got to get Dog of Two Heads, which I haven't got yet, but dead chuffed about that. And I'll do this one as well. Now I think I've got this right. If I haven't, then I'll flip it. But this is On the Level, looking good as well. I've got a reissue from the 80s of this. I think, pretty sure it's, yeah, I'm sure it's this one. Because I had 3 Quo albums from the 80s, and I think this is one of the ones I still had that I hadn't got an original copy of. Although this might be, I think it's an earlier pressing, but it might be not an original, but who cares anyway. So there we go, On the Level, which has got what's the Down Downs on this, their only #1 single. Right, I have not got any of this band on vinyl. I've got Band on the Run, but I thought I'd just pick this up. It was only £1, looking in really good shape. I don't have any Wings on vinyl, so there we go, my first Wings album. I thought I'd just pick that up. Got the discography on the back. Not the discography, that's the track listing. Yeah, it's got Let 'Em In. I've had a real thing for Let 'Em In lately. Just absolutely great. So I'm looking forward to putting that on. Something I picked up in that box of tapes. And I saw this and I pulled it out and thought, oh yeah, why not? There we go. Focus, Hamburger Concerto. So this is the original gatefold copy. There we go. Nice gatefold on the B side. So always pull out Focus if I see him. Right. It's about the last 5 or 6, I think. I'm already at 18 minutes. This is a long one. So anybody who's stuck this long, well done. Right. I've got right, so this is Hazel O'Connor with Colour Plus. I have the soundtrack from Breaking Glass already, and she released some really good stuff. I think Colour Plus was a single, but I don't think this was as successful as Breaking Glass. Well, pick that up. This is the sort of thing you find in pound bins. Unless they're at the cancer research shop, where it'd be about £6. Right, what have I got next? Oh, I've had to get this one. It's Dueling Banjos. It's from the original soundtrack, Deliverance, and additional music performed by Eric Weisberg and Steve Mandel. Had to pick this up. It's basically the soundtrack to Deliverance. I'm not sure if it's an original copy, but there we go. There's stills from from the film. Brilliant. Right, what we've got next? Oh yeah. Picked up this one because I do like early Rod solo stuff. Maybe the first two or three albums. Probably 2 or 3 albums, and then he started going crap. But this is Never a Dull Moment, and it's got most intriguing cover because it's like that there. That's that way round. Then you've got the gatefold there. Then you've got a gatefold there with the band, and the record actually comes out. Let me get it out here. And he had about 5 or 6 of these on Mercury. I mean, this looks some really good nick. I don't know whether it's I presume it's an original pressing because I can't believe this would be how they'd reissue it. But what an intriguing cover. So there we go. He did do some really good covers, like that the whiskey glass one. Right. Record I've nearly bought on eBay a couple of times, but always shied off. Battered cover, but the record looks right. Blackfoot, Tom Catton. I've listened to their stuff on Spotify, and I'm really, good old Southern rock. So I'm really looking forward to listening to that properly. Really good. There we go. So that's Blackfoot, Tom Catton, and we've reached the end. And I think this is right. So recently I showed an Ian Campbell folk group album, which I think was it was a later one. Got this one, which I presume, I don't know whether it's a compilation or whether it's, I don't think it's not an original pressing, but it might be their debut on a reissue on Contour Records. But it's the Ian Campbell folk group, and I enjoyed the other album so much I thought, I saw this and I thought definitely getting it, and I can't get it. Anyway. So now it's out, might as well show you label on Contour. So that's, I remember I've seen Contour a lot. Musical Rendezvous presents. So I presume this is a reissue. No, it's definitely a reissue. I really enjoyed the other Ian Campbell folk group that I got, so I thought, yeah, pick that up. Right, there we go. So, I've got a busy afternoon in front of me with my Nosty, which has sprung a leak, so I've got to get a new one. Which is probably just as well because the brushes look filthy, and some of the records I put through it, and not surprised it's sprung a leak. So, anyway, I've got an immense stack of vinyl to be cleaning and listening to, so I'm going to get off and do it. Well done for sticking around nearly 25 minutes through this little. Well, it's a pretty big haul, really, isn't it? And thanks for watching. So I hope you stick with me for more vinyl finds and more interesting videos. And I'll see you all again soon. Cheers, VC. Bye.